Hey, this is Andy Jenkins with the Oily App Plus podcast, episode number 101. And we are on, I guess, more relevant to today, we are on episode number 2 of the Ditch and Switch series, where we're really taking you through our Ditch and Switch book, where we talk about ditching the toxins, switching to healthy alternatives so that you can live to be the most healthy, most empowered version of yourself. Before we get into part number 2, let me tell you about Oily App Plus. Oily App it's like having a desk reference on your smartphone, except for it does things that a book can't do. So, you know, really, and Ernie Yarbrough's here with me. Can you even get the desk reference anymore?
No, you can't. No, that's out gone.
So it's like having a desk reference that no longer exists.
That's right.
Unless you've got a previously existing desk reference. But there used to be, rumor is, there were these desk reference types of books that were kind of like essential oil and vitamin and supplement nutritional encyclopedias, for lack of a better term, that would help you navigate all products Young Living.
That's right. Yeah. Help you know how to use them and how to understand them, their distillation methods, where they came from, all that stuff.
Yeah, what products support what body systems. A couple problems with the book, though, is Young Living comes out with a new set of SKUs every year.
Yeah.
And you'd have to update the book forever.
Yeah.
Compliance is sometimes a question. Hey, are we saying things the way that the FDA says that we can say it? Well, if they change, you got to rewrite the book.
That's right.
But we can just release an app update that gives you the new products. We can release an app update that gives you better language. That app is unique in that it does things the book can't do. There are videos on the app. There are audio trainings on the app. There are monthly giveaways on the app. Books.
Keep inventory.
I can tell
Find
you.
out when stuff comes in and out of stock.
I've never had a book that I could go get off my shelf that told me what I had in and out of stock. I've never had a book give me away anything.
That's right.
But that's all there. Okay, so
that's the beauty of digital software.
Yeah, that's the commercial. So I would encourage you. We have the app. We have online classes that you can access, and soon we'll be able to access completely through that app.
That's right.
And we have books. We've been talking to you about one of the concepts from one of the books, the Ditch and Switch book. I think it is lucky number 13 in the series of books you'll actually read. And last week we talked about the concept of Ditch and Switch. We talked about the Toxic Control Substance Act of 1976, in which the government did certain tricky things, well-intended, most likely. We're going to give them the benefit of the doubt. But it allowed toxic chemicals that were already in products that we use every single day. It allowed them to stay. It grandfathered them in. It also allowed products to not be considered poisonous if less than half the animals died that were used at animal testing. We weren't advocating for or against animal testing. We're just saying that was their standard. And then the third thing it did, it allowed companies to use the term fragrance to maintain trade secrets and not have to disclose all of the products that you're using, some of which are toxic on some level.
Yep.
And so we said what you got to do is you really got to be savvy yourself and educate yourself. But that's hard because marketing companies have caught on to this fact. And now these big box manufacturers have gobbled up all of these once green organic, and they're now marketing green and organic for things that aren't necessarily that you and I would consider organic. For something to be organic, it means that 95% of the stuff in it has to be organic.
Right.
5% can be bloody, completely inorganic.
Yeah.
Well, that to me is not organic. That's
right.
That means it's
still got tons of chemicals and toxins that I don't want in my body.
Well, I mean, if you had that, if you got a glass of water right there, Ernie, it's got Vitality Drops from Young Living in it. Yeah. So let's say we took the Vitality Drops out and I put a couple drops of pee in it.
I would not consider that to be.
It'd still be organic though. It's just water.
That might be 100% organic.
It's just water with less
Right.
than 5%
Right.
of pee in it.
Right.
Yeah, you'd say no way. But what's weird is like, so we do this.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you view it
There's-
as you view it as not organic, and which is, I mean, the problem here is that, I mean, it gets back to it, and that's a great perspective.
The pee analogy.
Well, the idea of
You know.
the idea of a little contamination, we view the whole thing as like contaminated.
It's contaminated.
But the driving force behind that was money.
Man,
Was money.
when I was
It
a
money.
kid-
That's why Gary Young says, right? Make the product for a purpose, not for a profit, and let the purpose drive the profit. But when the profit drives the purpose, you get things all cattywampus.
Well, when I was a kid, I remember. So my dad was a pastor. I mean, he still is. He retired and now he's still doing it,
My
right?
father-in-law is, so he basically my dad.
We had this minister of music at our church when I was probably, I moved to Birmingham when I was in 5th grade. So I was 4th grade or lower. And the minister of music's kids went to the community pool. And one of the kids, he's got to go to the bathroom. He doesn't make it. He just poops in the pool.
Yeah.
And that little thing floats up to the top.
My goodness. Nobody goes, oh, that's less than 5% of the pool's
They
volume.
shut down the
That's less than
pool.
5% of the pool's volume, so it's still organic. We're
It's
good.
still okay. Get it. The one thing they did not do was
That
say,
happened to me as a kid.
let's
at
get a
pool party.
net, scoop it out,
And
everybody
call it good.
keep on swimming, which all the kids totally would have done, right? The
Right.
kids would have been like, oh, get that out, and then,
We actually did that when it happened to us. It was at a private pool party at a church, friend's house, and they scooped it out. And we kept swimming. They were like,
Case in
there's
point.
there's Clorox in there, it'll kill it.
I mean, that's another issue.
bleach
There's
or whatever it
there's
is.
Clorox in it. So
chlorine, whatever.
they shut down the pool for 3 days. They
Nice.
they netted the poop.
They drained the whole pool.
They netted the poop out. They drained the entire pool. They scrubbed the walls
Wow.
of the pool.
Kudos to them.
Then they refilled it with water. I mean, how much money did that one poop cost?
Wow, that was expensive bathroom trip.
Okay, so those analogies I just used because this guy's on the podcast. I just used 2 bodily function analogies, and
But, I mean,
everybody here
they're a little bit
gets.
extreme, but they've also happened. Like the second one actually happened to both of us. But it just highlights the mental process.
yes,
would
the
be,
mental process.
There's no way that's clean. I'm out of here. Peace out.
Yeah, I'm not swimming in that. I'm not drinking that.
Yeah.
But if all of a sudden it's the stuff you're going to wipe the floors of your house with,
Yeah.
that you walk and your kids walk around bare feet with, or
That
or your toddler
hands
crawls
that you're
on,
doing it. Yeah.
or if
washing
it's
your clothes with.
or washing your dishes. I mean, if you like, that's the big one. You know, you get
Yep.
out the dishwasher powder and you look on that, or that's one of the big ones. You look at the stuff that's on there.
Well, even the
you go, we're going to eat off this.
Even the water you drink. Like we got filtration put in our house because we get those reports every year from our water company. And, I get it that obviously their main concern is to kill whatever could spread infectious diseases, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that it's like helping shore up deficiencies.
No, it's okay.
Could be other toxics that just are like we said before, like acceptable window, meaning you don't die from it.
You don't die. Okay.
I mean, it's good for you, though. That's why there's a business of people creating and selling filters for your home for water.
All right, so let me give people some big words to look for. So here's the words to look for. If you're wondering where are you getting those words, page 34 of the Ditch and Switch book. And everything's footnoted, so you can get in there. Here's the words. And then what we're going to do is we're going to walk you through 7 places in your house that you can find this stuff. Okay, so here we go. Number 1 is, and this is in no order of importance. This is just the pee in the water. This is the poop in the pool. Okay, so parabens. What are parabens, Ernie?
Parabens are associated with breast cancer and tumors. Not good, in other words. So you can find these in not surprisingly, common things like makeup, body washes, deodorant, shampoos, facial cleansers. So here we are putting parabens on our bodies.
Okay, so
skins,
breast cancer. Where's the lotion?
putting it in our underarms.
Yeah, let's
for
just
deodorant,
be straight up. Yeah, we're gonna put.
shampoos, facial cleansers.
I mean, lotion goes on your breast if you're a woman. I don't use lotion. I'm a guy.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Yeah.
That would
Deodorant.
shampoo. I mean, you wash every
Shampoos.
part of your body.
Yeah.
Let's use another one. And here, this one's tricky. So I don't even know if I'm going to pronounce it right. But the deal is, if you're get to a word that you don't know, well, number one, the definition of the word is more important than the word itself. But number two, you just say it loud and with confidence,
And you're good.
and everybody's like, "Oh, yeah,
That's right.
phthalates."
Right.
Okay, PHTHALATES. So if you're listening, phthalates.
That's right.
Confident. Okay. Linked early breast development in girls. So you talk about girls that are onset of puberty too quickly.
Yep.
That could be it. Reproductive birth defects in boys and in girls. So this one's an equal opportunity.
Toxin.
Yeah, equal opportunity toxin. Could be an endocrine disruptor. That is how you manage your hormones, is your endocrine system. Jim Bob's got an incredible class on the endocrine system in Oily App Plus, by the way. Stress and everything is handled by the endocrine system.
Yep.
So reproductive toxicant, of course, because the endocrine system handles all your hormones.
Yep.
Where would you find this one?
Hairsprays, moisturizers, deodorants.
Is anybody even
perfumes,
using
colognes.
hairspray anymore? If you're not a televangelist.
Right. I don't know. I have, or if you're not a televangelist, are under the age of 50.
But still, perfumes and colognes.
Yeah, but I mean,
moisturizers.
Think about like the baby boomer generation, and before that became the main. I mean, I grew up. My mom was a mainstay for a long time. She doesn't anymore.
Yeah,
using hairspray. And I mean, maybe the first warning should have been when you take it outside and turn it on, and boys light a flame to it.
That's what's going.
Maybe that should have been the first indication that it might have been a toxin.
A toxin you could make. We used to do the Back to the Future lines with this. We would just spray hairspray on the concrete, for 10, 20 feet, and then light it on it. And you're wondering, like, what kind of kids were we? What kind of parents do? I mean, my parents are amazing, but we all had lighters and pocket knives at the age of 8, 9, 10, and light it up,
Well, back when I was a kid, it was a time when I was a kid that it wasn't required to wear a seatbelt. So,
Oh, yeah, we're sleeping in the back of a pickup truck.
driving to Indiana.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Another word. Triclosan.
Nailed
or
it.
Triclosan.
Nailed it. That sounds good.
Triclosan?
Triclosan.
Triclosan.
We should do like a Hey Siri or
That's
Google
number 3.
We should type it into Google. Siri pops up on my computer. We should do like a
Hey Siri,
Google.
say triclosan. I'm not sure I understands what Siri
Or you
says.
could just type in the word and then pull up on Google, and then there's like a dictionary has like a little play button.
Google
by it.
Translate. All right, that one's a skin irritant, and it's a thyroid hijacker. Jim Bob talks about the thyroid. We've got a class in there that's all about the thyroid. It's called Stress Shield. Some of the issues associated with your thyroid are if your thyroid gets jacked one way or the other, it could be hard to gain weight, or it could be hard to lose weight. Thyroid gets jacked one way or the other, it could be hard to regulate your body temperature to where you're always running hot or you're always feeling cold. When you've got some of those issues, another one the thyroid does, if you've got low energy level, it could be, that's one of the key places to look right there with just, you can't lose weight, and assuming you're eating right. You can't lose weight. You always feel hot. You're always feeling sluggish. So kind of that trifecta of hot, tired, overweight.
As a kid, it's crucial for brain development. So yeah.
This one you find, this is what's crazy, toothpastes and antibacterial soaps. Like they've been telling us with COVID to use the antibacterial, but then you look at that, you're like,
we're good, right?
It's
certified good.
Well, if stress is all in that area too, you're like, well, no wonder we're all stressed under COVID. We've been using antibacterial soap.
Yeah.
Not really.
Deodorants. Yeah, but
well, toothpaste. And you look at your toothpaste. That's gonna be an area to look because
and
there's a reason it says harmful if swallowed. Your toothpaste you're putting in your mouth.
Yeah, that's right. Well, and notice that some of these there's some that are showing up on multiple of these, like deodorant.
Deodorant has multiple.
Like you think about when you sweat, your skin's porous, it's got holes, but people think of their armpits as especially, porous or whatever. And here you are, you putting this multiple of these.
Well, the skin's the largest organ you have on your body, and
That's right.
it is full of holes. Anything that goes on your skin goes in your body. Some of you that listen that use essential oils, which is a vast majority of people that listen to this podcast, you know that those essential oils, when they go on your skin, within 20 to 30 seconds, they've gone in your body. Within 2 to 3 minutes, they're going through your bloodstream.
Yep.
Within 20 to 30 minutes, your body's metabolized it. Okay, now I've made a very complex thing very simple there, but that works not just with helpful products like essential oils, it also works with harmful products. So if you're putting a chemical, you think about it, there's a reason why mom used to use those big, long, rubber gloves up to her elbows when she's cleaning the house, because you don't want it on your skin, but you're putting it on the floor, and then we're going to walk barefoot and roll around on the floor.
That's right. Go.
All right. We're giving you 5 heavy hitters. We've given you
Parabens,
3.
phthalates, triclosan.
Let's give them number 4. This one, if you find this in a product, you need to throw that product out. I remember in 10th grade biology, I was not homeschooled, and in 10th grade biology, you get to dissect a frog. You cut the frog open, and then you pin the skin back. You pin the legs, like it's just like spread eagle. Yeah. And whenever we'd go get those frogs, we'd pull them out of this mason jar that was full of, now catch this, formaldehyde.
Yeah.
Man, okay, so here's where you'll find formaldehyde. Yes, in biology 101.
You'll find it there.
You'll find it there for sure.
I was homeschooled and I also dissected a frog, so
you had formaldehyde.
I had that privilege as well, yes.
And then you find the pig. Did y'all have a pig heart?
We actually never got to do that one. I know that's a common one to do, but I never got. The only one I ever got to do was a frog.
We didn't get to cut it, but we had it.
Yeah.
Like you could look at it. Let me tell you where else you can find that. All right, so here's the list. If you're driving your car right now, just extend your fingers. Or if you got us on an iPod, or do they even have an iPod anymore?
Yeah, actually, we just ordered one because we wanted to have a way to play music at the house without kids using our phones.
Oh,
like music for the like thinking music for school, sleeping music, and
okay.
So yes, they actually do. They still have iPods.
So they have iPods. So if you got an iPod, or if you got an iPhone or an Android phone, a smartphone, just get your digits out. Look at your fingers. If you're a woman, I guess it could be guys too.
Could be.
Fingernail polish, one of the top constituents of formaldehyde. Fingernail polish, body wash, conditioner, shampoos, cleansers, eyeshadow, nail polish treatments, all those things laced with dead frog juice.
Yeah, that's right. It is no wonder, like what my wife found that study about women having over 200 chemicals in their body by or before 10 a.m. Because all this stuff is like even more so is what ladies use.
I mean, yeah, this is not like obscure stuff that's like, well, if you happen to, use what's an obscure thing women use? I don't know. But if it was an obscure thing,
I guess now hairspray.
Yeah, hairspray. Yeah, if it was just
anymore.
I mean, like these are everyday.
These are all everyday common heavy hitters that almost probably 90+% of women, at least in America, use on their bodies every day, and they're a normal process of getting up and getting ready to go, take the kids to school, go to work, whatever.
All right, let me give you number 5, and then we're gonna start talking through some of the actual places to find these things in your house. And these aren't the only 5. These are just
5 common ones.
These are just 5 common that we picked out because they cover so many things. Okay, and again, I'm looking on page 34 in the Ditch and Switch book. Okay, you can pronounce this one. Everybody can. Synthetic colors.
Gatorade.
Gatorade, Mountain Dew,
red 5, yellow 2, or whatever.
Did you grow up? Did you have food coloring? Like we had these little bottles of food coloring that was up in the kitchen. We'd get it out, and it's like I'm gonna make this icing yellow. Yeah. Oh, I think I'm gonna make green.
Yeah. Eventually, my mom got at least in the know on that, and we eventually just started using those for like science projects and stuff.
Oh man!
But yeah, we had like a whole rainbow color set of food coloring. Yeah.
So I'll tell you this: if you go eat sushi, and they bring out the wasabi, and then they always bring out the ginger.
Yeah.
The ginger's the little pink stuff right there that looks really, really pink. Mm-hmm. That's all synthetic color. You know what color ginger really is? It just looks like ivory, kind of. It's kind of a dirty white,
Right, kind of like your beard.
which is one of the it's like I'm getting all that gray in there. That's wisdom, because a head that's crowned with gray
That's right.
is wise. Okay, so if it comes in a color that doesn't naturally appear in nature,
Yeah.
it's a synthetic color.
Isn't it true too that like when you go to the store and you go to the meat section, all that super red meat?
Yeah, it should be gray. Like they inject it with a red dye to
Yeah.
where it looks like that because we expect it to be like that. Whereas,
Cells.
I mean, meat that comes off like it.
Yeah, I mean, like when you go pick your meat up from the butcher, which we do, we go
Yeah,
get, we have a family member that raises cows. Like it has that color because it was just
slaughtered.
It was just slaughtered and cut up and everything and so forth, and then we immediately put it in the freezer. So it has similar colors when we get it out of the freezer. But yeah, I mean, if you take that meat and put it in the fridge for a day or two before you cook it, then it starts to brown a little bit.
Yeah, when people say, well, if it has a gray tint to it, it looks dead. Well, guess what? It is dead. Yeah. Like the cow was slaughtered so you could eat the cow.
Yep.
But it's a synthetic. So when you find those things,
so looking at, I take my deodorant or drinks and I start reading the back up and looking for these reds and the words red and yellow and blue and stuff. I'm like, it's in so much stuff.
Yeah. Well, Salter, that's like the little joy bomb of right now he's 7-year-old kid. He's like my twin from when I was his age. Look alike, sound alike, same facial expressions. That dude walks in, and I'm sure this was true when I was a kid. He's like, I can't drink anything that's blue or that's red. Like, why? It's like, because I knew it wasn't healthy. But I'm just like curious, what's he going to say? Because it makes me hyper. Well, it's not normal. And when you go back to our reality, health is as simple, boiled down, get rid of the toxins, shore up the deficiencies. All right, let's talk about the first area where you could find those big words. And we just hit it. It's going to be your beauty and skin products. So again, I would say if you want to do a quick rundown in your house, go to the bathroom right now, just open it up and pull out face wash, toner, moisturizer. If you have a brightener cream, you got makeup, you got deodorant, you got lotion, you got makeup removers. Don't skip them in. So if you got a guy,
cream, whatever,
well, I don't have any eye cream.
Yeah, but as far as anybody, in the house.
Maybe I should. I'm like getting a little weather.
I think Johnny actually uses the orange blossom facial wash or whatever, and he actually uses a couple things to do wrinkle treatment and so
for his face.
Yeah, he did a video a while back. I think it might have been the EEC or something. He did a video on his skin routine for keeping his skin looking young. And
we get back to that fitness episodes with Johnny. I'm gonna bring it up.
Yeah, we should totally get his looking young routine.
All right, so for men, like body wash, if you've got some kind of beard oil, if you've got some kind of aftershave gel, deodorant, anything that you're using the same that women are using, it would be this. Take a look at it. If anything that you're using, this would be a big one. Kids, lotions, baby oils,
baby wipes. We use baby wipes all the time, but thankfully in living, but. Diaper, I just the other day, baby wipes and diaper cream, was doing it. Shampoo, body wash, kids lotion, whatever, multivitamins, and then obviously
toothpaste would be a big one.
Yeah.
So we're saying like the first area of 7 to look where you'd find toxins in your house would be, and this one's so tricky because when you get up in the morning, you think, man, I'm cleaning, I'm washing myself, I smell clean, I feel better. Like how much a shower will do just to kind of enliven your mood. Yeah. I'm alert, I'm ready to go, but I just put toxins all over myself within the first 15 minutes of even
waking up,
getting out of bed.
Yeah.
And for many people, this is before you even looked at your cell phone to check your mail.
That's right.
Or to check your Facebook notifications.
Yep.
That's how quick.
But also that's also the beauty of what we're saying here is that taking responsibility for your health begins with keep it simple. Like identify the foundational areas. Even if you were to break your day apart into morning, afternoon, and evening, identify the things that you're doing. Like it doesn't have to be complicated. Like just identify what are my routines for when I get up. What am I doing? What am I using? Like just identify those things, and then like you said, go look at them.
So if I find toothpaste and I turn it over and it says, "Hey, harmful if swallowed.
Right.
And you know your kids are swallowing their toothpaste.
Oh, of course.
Call poison control.
Yeah.
It would just be ditch that, switch to a healthy alternative. Now, this episode, we're not going to run through the healthy alternatives. But everybody here knows we are affiliated with Young Living Essential Oils. So in the Ditch and Switch book, link in the show notes, go grab that. We've got charts in there. In fact, we've got a free worksheet you can download. Yeah. So if you don't want to buy the book, I would encourage you to buy the book because all this information's there. Plus, we got to feed our kids too, so buy the book. But there's a free worksheet that you can download, and it'll have left column, here's what you're using, middle column, here's what to swap to, right column, here's some notes.
All this fits into the previous episode where we said, hey, you're in not overcomplicating it, keeping it simple.
Yeah.
Learn your body systems, and then learn if you're having an overload of toxins. It's because like you're saying, most of it happens in the home. It's because the routines that you've established for the things that you need each day, you've brought in alternatives that even maybe you think are healthy, but it turns out they're not.
Well, let's go to area number 2. We're not going to do all 7 today, but let's go to area number 2. That's in chapter 4 of the Ditch and Switch book. Vitamins and supplements, that's another thing people will come in contact with early in the morning. And this is one where I would say, hey, some of the products that you're using may actually decrease health rather than increase it. Normally when people are taking a vitamin or a supplement, their supplement means to add to. So the assumption is you're eating healthy already.
Right.
You can't out supplement a McDonald's diet.
That's right.
And again, we're not saying that you can't every now and then go eat something, have a cheat day, whatever, eat the birthday cake. But you're adding to
America's not having problems with heart disease
nutritious
and cancer because they're doing it on rare occasion.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, exactly.
It's a routine.
Well, here's the deal. A couple years ago, this was on CBS. So this is not some obscure right-wing, conspiracy theory website. They ran this story cited in the Ditch and Switch book that GNC, Target, Walmart, Walgreens,
So
they all had left.
Small mom and pop shops.
Yeah, this is all. This is stuff we're shopping at. They ran some lab tests and determined that only 21% of the products actually had the DNA from the plants that were advertised on the labels. So they're promoting this is healthy. This is something to add to your diet. Lots of greens in there. Well, no. Only 21% actually did have what they said they had.
And it had some of it. Who knows how much that actually was, too.
One fifth had some.
Might not have been that 95%, but whatever.
Here it gets worse. So nice. The Washington Post jumps on the story and they say, well, okay, all but 5 of the products. So there are only 5 out of all of them. They studied hundreds. Only 5 contained DNA that was
all but 5.
All but 5. Okay. DNA that was unrecognizable. Which at that point you go, is that a mutant strain or is that like something that's where are they getting this? They're just making up their own plants?
The Spider-Man was
They're
born.
just growing something in a lab? Okay, so
or from a plant that other than what it claimed to be.
All right, so let me summarize. That means, let's say it a different way. 79% of the ingredients didn't belong in the vitamin or supplement, meaning they're toxins. All right. So, this one I knew firsthand because a couple years ago, I was 50 pounds overweight. I was in that state that we refer to as festively plump. And one of the things I was doing.
Say, now you're a sore sight for eyes?
Yeah, it was. Now, I got it going on now.
That's right.
Like I can see my biceps, I can see other muscles, my clothes fit. You can go buy them off the rack now, not be embarrassed.
Things like your arm goes up where you flex like it's supposed to, as opposed to going down.
Or just staying the same.
The old Looney Tunes where Bugs Bunny flexes his muscle and the tricep
goes in that music goes
like you.
Yeah.
Yep.
And as you go through, I was looking for different vitamins and supplements. There were names on the back of things I was using I couldn't pronounce. And so at that point, I just got involved with Young Living and found some great products. Point is, vitamins, supplements, that is going to be a second area for you to go look at. So if you're someone that, and I told a friend a couple days ago, actually, we were talking about this book a little bit, and he's a fireman, he's strong. I mean, he's the guy that if your house is burning down,
That's the guy you want.
you want to see this guy coming in your house,
That's right.
because you're going to be okay. And he was working out, and he said, "Yeah, I'm getting good results from what I'm using." And I told him, I was like, "Yeah, but look at what's in it, and think about how much better you would be if you were using things that were actually healthy." I'm getting good results. People say out of my hairspray. I'm getting good results out of my deodorant. I'm getting good results out. I look clean. I feel clean. I smell clean. How much better? And that's why these areas are tricky. It's not like.
Well, it makes you wonder too, because I've seen several stories where, like we said before, where the EPA and OSHA or whatever, or I guess it was just the EPA, they acknowledge these things were carcinogenic, and I've seen several.
Well, that word carcinogenic means may cause cancer.
Yeah. I've seen many stories, and had even people that I've known of who are super athletic who have come down with crazy cancer types and died.
Yeah.
Or people who may not have been like top-notch athletes, but they were in good health.
They're just fit, yeah.
It's
which is what we're advocating.
Right. So even if you're getting even if you're smelling good, right, you're not stinking because of deodorant or whatever, doesn't mean that it's a great choice. It's a wise choice, because it could literally be putting carcinogenic type of substances in your body.
We'll go back to the analogies that we began this whole talk with. Is the poop in the pool?
Yeah.
The whole pool was not full of poop.
Right.
There was just a little bit. I mean, so little that like when you were a kid, y'all just fished it out, and play ball, keep on. And that's the way a lot of the products are now. Clearly, with the vitamins and supplements, that was from that one study. That was a bigger number. Let's give people the third area, and we'll end with this. And then next episode, we'll come back with the other 4 of the 7 areas that you can look in your house where you're going to most likely find all your toxins. This one, we actually did an entire class and have an entire video on this. I'm going to put a link to it in the show notes where Jim Bob talks about the importance of it. Oh. It is cleaning supplies.
Oh, man.
So I talked about the school nurse and the Mr. Yuck stickers and all of that before.
Yep.
Again, this stuff is tricky because when you clean the house, it all of a sudden
becomes clean in your mouth.
It smells clean.
That's right.
In fact, there was this study that they did with, and I don't want to circle back and give you some of the ingredients or this. There was a study they did with Febreze. When Febreze first came out not on the market, but it was in the lab. They got it to get rid of pet odors. That was the original formulation, was just to eliminate pet odor. Because, I mean, not to make the cat ladies that listen to us offended, but animals can stink.
Yeah, I live on a farm. Let me tell you, it's true.
I mean, animals are not known for their pleasant aroma. So they acknowledge that. And
then again, neither are boys without help.
Yeah, I mean, let's just be equal opportunity. Yeah, boys
stink.
Stink.
Like
right.
An 11-year-old, he's in deodorant.
So they made it to eliminate pet odors. It did not fare well in the first series of marketing tests because it eliminated the odor, but nothing replaced it. And when you clean, you kind of want this reward sensation.
Yeah.
Now it smells clean, and unfortunately, we don't equate clean with the absence of stink.
Right.
We equate clean with the presence of synthetic smell.
That's right, and that's why they have those trash bags they sell. That's like a vanilla spice scented trash bags, whatever.
Lavender trash bag.
Oh man.
Mountain mist trash.
If I don't bring home scent-free trash bags, I'm in trouble.
Well, you go into the bathroom, and I mean, go back to the poop.
Yeah.
Does the bathroom smell clean if there's no poop smell? No, it smells clean if it smells lemon zest.
That's right.
Right? So as a result of that, and as a result of, again, chemicals to kill products, you're going to find a long list of long words. We'll tell you what some of the words are. The other day, I went to eat at Carrabba's in town in Birmingham. It was Sunday afternoon. Walked in, picked the restaurant because they have trees on the roof. So
sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it was like try something new. Yeah. So we walked in, trees on the roof. Carrabba's go in. They've COVID cleaned everything.
Yep.
So this is like high level, get rid of every bit of toxin we can. And like on the table, I look at it, it's just like this layer of film. You go, what was it? Well, it was a layer of, let me give you some of the words. Phthalates. We talked about that. It's in a lot of personal grooming products, but it's also in cleaning products. Here's the issue with that. A higher phthalate compound, it may reduce your sperm count.
Yeah. I've had friends who've had fertility issues.
So a lot of times we talk about fertility issues, we think about, I'm not sure why in our culture we often blame that on the woman only.
Right. It's not true.
Which we do, but it's not true.
No, it's not true at all.
It takes two to
make a baby.
Yeah, and so it could be the female's reproductive issues, or it could be the men's. Yeah. You know, and we do that with emotions too. Like we talk about women being so emotional, but I don't know if I've ever seen a woman get so mad that she punched a hole in the wall or kicked the door.
Yeah.
So
I have three boys now, and the 11 and 8-year-old is emotions for sure.
Your 11-year-old, he gets it from you. He wears his stuff on his sleeve.
That's right. Yeah, it's taken me almost 40 years to kind of at least put it under my shirt.
Go. Here's another one. This one we'll often refer to as PERC. It is perchloroethylene. Perchloroethylene. It's a neurotoxin. That means it's in your head. Like Jim Bob has that class on, brain gets into your, noted for causing dizziness. So if you've ever wondered why you start cleaning and all of a sudden you feel a little just lightheaded from all the cleaning stuff, or you walk in, like this will be in scented candles too, which is another thing that's on our list. Yep. You get in there and you light it up and all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, or you walk into Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you walk into that store and it's like something just reaches out and punches you in the face.
Yep.
Could be perchloroethylene.
Could be.
Okay.
Have a reaction to it.
Oh, so Californians aren't really necessarily noted for their forward thinking, but even California has outlawed this one.
That's right.
Like they're trying to. I would maybe say if you've ever tried to collect your clothes from the dry cleaners, they use this and it has that smell. You're like, whoa. Or you get your carpets cleaned, Stanley Steamer comes over. You wonder, like, there's this just kind of the weird stench. It's probably this neurotoxin. Triclosan, we've talked about that. That's in antibacterial soaps. That's in a lot of cleaning products. Here's another one. Quats. Quaternary ammonium compounds. Fabric softeners, liquids, could be in fabric softener sheets. Here's the deal with those. Tests revealed that one causes asthma.
Wow, that's straight off the Wow, check that out. Crazy,
again, these are all listed page 45, 46 of the Ditch and Switch book. Wow. Number 2,
oxyethanol.
Yeah.
Butoxyethanol. Yeah. Oxyethanol. That's a big word. I'm not sure.
Butoxyethanol. Butoxyethanol.
Butoxyethanol.
All right, it's in window cleaners.
Yeah.
Again, these are, just go look. It's what makes your window cleaners have that little sappy sweet smell that makes you go, oh, I'm going to keep cleaning. You can get it. Here's the deal. When you're spraying that at your home, you can get it, OSHA monitors, this stuff. You can actually get it at what's a higher than their standard of health, which is not necessarily means it's healthy. You can get it at higher than their standard, spraying this in your home. Let me give you another one. Ammonia is always inhaled. So if you get a lot of ammonia, housekeeping, cleaning, could be a cause of bronchitis or asthma. Kids that continually find themselves croupy, if you get rid of this, some of that stuff those symptoms may abate. Kids that spend a lot of time in daycares, elementary schools.
And right now too, the pre-existing conditions is kind of a big thing. So if you start lowering and hammering your immune system with some of this stuff, could be bad in multiple ways.
Another thing that's in household cleaners, chlorine. That's the last one we want to mention.
Yep.
That's what's in the pool, the poop pool.
That's right.
That's why you could swim in the poop water, because they were afraid it would.
Because you're swimming in liquid death, because it's killing everything,
chlorine,
making sure that nothing bad lives.
I mean, this is what irritates your eyes in the pool. This is what.
Yeah. What we used to do was our fail-proof way to kill poison ivy, oak. We get it on our legs or arm, whenever we take a razor blade and just angle it, or you could just lightly scrape and open up the poison.
Yeah.
And take Clorox on a piece of toilet paper and just put in. It's like an 8-second bull ride. The first 8 seconds was pretty intense, but man, by the next day or two, man, that poison would be scabbing over. So it was instant death.
That's a home remedy, but people are putting that on there. All right, so here's the assignment.
It's powerful, potent.
We've talked about in this episode 3 places where you'll find these toxins in your house. Beauty products, so personal grooming. Like, just throw it all in the personal grooming, which is personal care products, is chapter 3 of the Digital Switch book. In chapter 4, we talked about vitamins and supplements. That's number 2 of 7. In the next chapter, number 5, we talk about cleaning supplies. And there is a Thieves Class and Oily App Plus that gives you the breakdown on all of that. I'll put a link in the show notes to a video where Jim Bob, it's totally free, that video. Also, I tell you this, we can give away everybody that's listening something free. We've actually got a book, All Things Thieves. If you follow the link in the show notes, we'll give you the ebook totally free. And that actually breaks down this cleaning supply issue and what to do about it.
Gives you healthy alternatives.
So there's 2 freebies in the show notes then, and we'll sign off with this. The Ditch and Switch worksheet is in the show notes, totally free. The Thieves ebook in the show notes, totally free. Next week, we're going to come back. We're going to give you areas 4, 5, 6, and 7 to check in your house for toxins. Again, the goal being to get rid of the toxins, shore up the deficiencies. You can do this all in one shot. And I think soon after that, because I know people are going to be thinking, man, I can't afford this. This is going to be really expensive. We're going to show people how they can do this. And it might actually be, not in the long run, but even in the immediate, the same cost or cheaper than the unhealth.
That's right.
What do you want to sign off with? You take us out.
Well, just simply that, and I'm sure we'll touch on it next time, but just simply that you have to make foundational decisions about your health based on understanding who you are, knowing your body, and knowing and identifying the routines of your life. And so when it comes to addressing health and addressing wellness, don't overcomplicate it, but just be willing to commit yourself to walking out the principle of learning and educating yourself about your body, identifying the routines of your life, and work those routines in light of the knowledge of the toxins out and the good nutrients in, and you will be head and shoulders, no pun intended, above and beyond.
You know, Head and Shoulders has got all that stuff in it, right? That's a good word. All right, we're signing out.